Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem amma ba'd. Inshallah, in this lesson we'll be going through a few rules regarding respect. So this feature is not found in English, but in Urdu. You can change the singular to plural. You can use additional words just to show respect to the subject of the sentence, even the object of the sentence. Okay. So in summary, what happens is when the person you're speaking about or to is someone who is due respect, an elder, a saint, teacher, elderly family relative, in all of those scenarios we change the words, the adjectives or the joining words to plural. Understood? So for example, Ustaz Sahib, subject, so Ustaz Sahib. So now you say Ustaz Sahib ghair hadir hain. Ustaz Sahib ghair hadir hain. So instead of normally it would be joining word is going to be hey. Correct? We use Ustaz Sahib ghair hadir hain to make it into respect. Imam Sahib or unka beta. Now here you have possessive structure. So what does his mean? Uska. So it Imam Sahib or uska beta. But now it refers to Imam Sahib. So when I say uska beta, what do you say? Unka beta. You understand? Now this beta is probably a young boy. This beta is probably a young little boy. If the Imam Sahib's beta was what? Also somebody due respect. Yes? If the Imam Sahib was also somebody for respect, what would happen? What would you say? Imam Sahib or un ke bete. So Imam Sahib or un ke bete. You understand? You follow me? Imam Sahib or un ke bete. Okay. So let's take a few of these here. Ji. Start Bismillah. You put the mic close to you so it's clear. Ji.
Nana Zahin the.
So Nana Zahin the. So Nana is your grandfather from the mother's side, mother's father. So you have the because it's what respect. Follow? Use the plural form. Ji.
Chachi khosh thi. The aunt was happy.
Ji, next one.
Fatima ki dada Yasi hai. Fatima's grandfather was thirsty.
Fatima's ki dadi.
Grandmother.
Grandmother was thirsty. Ji. Ji.
Dada bahut hoshyar aadmi the. The grandfather was a very clever man.
Ji.
Khalu is daftar mein mazdoor hai. The
Grandfather? No, the khalu, the uncle,
khala,
meaning
okay.
your mother's sister's husband. Ji. The vocabulary is all in the book. Ji.
Is in that office busy?
No, mazdoor, not mazdoor. Mazdoor is a worker. So khalu, mazdoor hai.
The uncle is a worker in the office.
Is a worker in the office or employee in the office. Ji.
मेरी उम्मी बहुत
Ummi is Arabic. Ji.
अम्मी बहुत बाअदब है.
So it's a nasal sound. मेरी अम्मी बहुत बाअदब हैं. जी.
My mother is very respectful.
My mother is very respectful. जी. English to Urdu. जी.
माँ बहुत गरीब है.
No, माँ rich. माँ बहुत
अमीर है.
बहुत अमीर. What would it be? अमीर है. माँ बहुत अमीर है. Another word for अमीर is also मालदार. तो माँ बहुत मालदार हैं. लेकिन
उसकी
but because now but us is referring to who?
उनकी
Because referring to the grandmother. So उनकी लेकिन उनकी बहन
गरीब है.
गरीब हैं. You see? जी. Next one.
इमाम साहिब नमाज से पहले मस्जिद में था.
मस्जिद में
थे.
Because why? Imam Sahib is respect. जी. Next one.
Daddy nurse थे.
Nurse थी. दादी nurse थी. जी. जी.
नानी उस फ्लाइट पर हैं.
नानी उस फ्लाइट पर हैं. जी.
खालू कामयाब वकील होंगे.
हाँ, खालू कामयाब वकील होंगे. जी.
दादा हज में no इस साल दादा हज में होंगे.
So you can say either Dada is saal hajj mein honge or is saal Dada hajj mein honge. You got idea? Similarly, we did it before. Possessive with ka to change the key. So Ahmad ka ustaz become Ahmad. Ke ustaz. Mera nana becomes mere nana. You understand? So the alif in the possession becomes an A for respect. Okay? And if it's feminine, then there's no feminine plural. So it becomes ki. So you have ka, ke, and ki. Ki doesn't have a plural form. So Ahmad ki dadi, meri nani. You can't say, there's no respectful way of making the dadi into ki. The joining words will change. You say, for example, Ahmad ki dadi, something hai, the plural. So that will have respect, not in the ki. And in masculine, the respect will be in the ke and the hai. Okay? Ji.
Aisha ke chacha, Aisha's uncle.
Aisha's uncle, ji.
Meri khala, my auntie.
There's no change in this one. Ji, next one.
तुम्हारे खालू your auntie.
Your? Khala's auntie, your? Uncle, ji.
हमारी अम्मी और mother.
Ji.
तुम्हारी चाची your auntie.
Ji, your auntie.
बिलाल के खालू का सफर. Bilal's uncle journey.
Bilal's uncle journey. Ji. So, yeah. Okay. Ji.
Umar की अम्मी.
अम्मी. उमर की अम्मी और उमर की माँ. जी.
अब्दुल्ला की अम्मी.
अम्मी, जी.
तुम्हारे उस्ताद का
स्कूल, you say school.
books.
Oh, book, sorry, किताबें. Again.
तुम्हारे उस्ताद की
किताबें. तुम्हारे उस्ताद की किताबें. जी.
तुम्हारी अम्मी का की खिदमत.
तुम्हारी अम्मी की खिदमत. जी. जी.
उसके वालिद की खुशी.
उसके वालिद की खुशी. जी.
उसकी खाला.
उसकी खाला. Now, remember before we had aap, tum and tu? So now we said that tu is the, now we're going through a bit more detail. When are these words used? Okay, so first, use tu when somebody younger than you. We'll call it level 1. Use for level 1 later on. So like a little boy, little girl, somebody younger than you, or you got a really informal friend. You say tu. Yes? Tu bahut sus ladka hai, like somebody elder saying tu bahut sus hai. Ji. Number 2. You use tum when it's the same age, like more like, okay, it's called level 2. Yes, same age. Somebody, it can also be plural as well. So tum kaise hua. So if you, I would say, obviously I can even use respectful words for you guys, not a problem. But if you wanted to, I could say, tu kaisa hai. And you would say to each other, tum kaise ho. And then you would say to me, aap. Do you understand how it works? And tum is also plural as well. So it can be, for example, tum masjid mein the, like, so you can tell the context was plural. Ji. Okay, you got it? Right. Now, and I forgot the word. Yeah, I missed out one rule in between. The rule for, when is aap used? When somebody's higher than you, more respectful than you. Okay, you got it? Okay. So you have tu, then tum, then aap. Tu, tum, aap. Okay. Now, if you got the word, if you got a word after tu or tum, you call it ikhtisas in Arabic. Like you mentioned the pronoun, but it's unvague. Who are you talking to? So aap. You're talking to me. We're talking to like us, you children, you students, you boys, you girls. Who is the aap? So you want to like specify it. So you can bring a zamir, no, you can bring a word to like mention it. So aap log, aap bacche. You following? So aap log bahut thake hain. So you people. Aap log bahut. So this log is doing what? Explaining what is meant by the aap. You following? And after that, the pronouns have the same level. So level 1 pronoun is tera, level 2 pronoun is tumhara, and level 3 pronoun is aapka. So tera dos, like, so tera dos. And you say to each other, tumhara dost. And you say to me, aapka dost. You understand? Ji. Carry on.
क्या बीमार है? Are you ill?
Yeah.
तुम अमानतदार नहीं हो, you are not rich. Sorry,
trustworthy. जी जी
तुम
जी
बहुत मशहूर हो, you are very busy.
जी
आपकी अम्मी की
कैसी
है? How is your mother?
जी
तेरे अबू कैसे है? How is your father? आप मेरे वालिद हैं. You are my father.
जी
तुम्हारा दिल साफ है.
जी
तू सफर में थे.
इस तू सफ़र में था तू सफ़र में था, इस तू सफ़र पर था. जी
तेरा बाल
because बाल is plural. तेरे बाल
बहुत लंबा है.
लंबे हैं. जी
आपके
आंखें आपकी
आंखें बंद
थीं. तो आपकी आंखें बंद थीं. जी
तू मेरा पड़ोसी है, मेरी पड़ोसी.
मेरा पड़ोसी.
मेरा पड़ोसी.
तू मेरा पड़ोसी है. और
आप मेरे वालिद की तरह हैं.
हाँ, आप मेरे वालिद की तरह हैं. Okay. Now, what you have to remember now is the word आप can also be used for the third person pronoun in the meaning of he. But when that person is very respectful. You understand? So usually आप is you. But when you're talking about a third person who is much respect, then you use the word आप because आप is more respectful. So you say wo, it's like seems like it's not wo. Like it doesn't seem in the Urdu, it doesn't seem respectful. So you can use the word आप. So for example, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam के नबी हैं. आप बहुत सच्चे अमानतदार थे. This आप is referring to now what? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We want to say वो बहुत सच्चे. It doesn't. That's not a respectful term. So when the pronoun is us or wo, he or she, and you want to express it using what? Using what? You want to express it using respect. You say आप instead. जी. Okay. Then along with this, you can add words to add respect. So like respectful father, the honorable so and so. So for example, for Sahaba's name, you can say Hazrat Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu. Yes? Hazrat. And then in radiyallahu anhu, radiyallahu, that's Arabic rule. So radiyallahu anhu, radiyallahu anha, you all know that. That's very basic. You should add this on. Okay? Alayhi salam after prophets. Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu was salam. And then sahib or sahiba is feminine. So you can say sahiba, walid sahib, walid sahiba, walid sahib, walida sahiba. Yes, so walid sahib or walida sahiba. Following sahib, sahiba is like a respectful word. It doesn't mean companion, mean of companion like in Arabic. What does it mean? It just means respectful, like respected. Okay. For you said Jan after a family member, Bhai Jan, Ammi Jan, Abba Jan. It's just more form, like more love and more respectful of saying something. Yes? Achha, so Dada Jan, Bhai Jan. Similarly, the word Sharif. Sharif means noble. So you can add these words like to different things. For example, Makkah Sharif, Medina Sharif, Durud Sharif. Durud means Salah ala Nabi. Quran Sharif. Yes? So those words are added afterwards. Similarly, the word Pak. Pak means pure, clean. Mubarak means blessed. So Rawdah Pak, Ramadan Mubarak. So these kind of respectful words are added. You see, this is not exhaustive list, but you get used to it more and more. When we get to the end, to do literature, we'll see different uses of these different things. Okay? Okay. That's a repeat. Now, what happens here is, sometimes they have two words, same meaning. Yes? So for example, wife. You can say biwi, that's a standard word. But more respectful way, you say ahliya. So ahl, and feminine from ahliya. So you want to say, you want to say to somebody who's elder, आपकी बीवी. So you respectful word, say आपकी अहलिया कैसी हैं? या आपकी अहलिया अभी तशरीफ लाए हैं, बीमार थी, कैसी हैं अब? You say अहलिया. Yes. Even yourself, you say मेरी अहलिया instead of saying wife. Wife is like, a bit informal. Similarly, beta. Beta is what? Son. But somebody is really elder, you say आपके साहबजादे. Yes? Like your respectful son, or not as a son respectful, but it's just like, okay, because he's my elder, my teacher's son, my uncle's son. Beti, sahabza, di. You see, obviously we speak English, so we can't say what else we can do. But what we can do is, like, if you see like different languages, the effect of the language and the culture has on, so automatically in your mind everything respectful. Like if for example, like if you got like if you have a, like you're talking you, so originally English, you was a respectful form, innit? If you look back historically, the you was they had different levels in English, but they removed all the lower forms and put one respectful form for everybody. So that's a good idea, keep everybody respectful, but then it just puts everybody on one level as well. You get it? So you bring everybody in this respectful level, so then it kind of then remove any differences, mental differences. Do you get it? So like when you say to your teacher you, and you say to your classmate you, there's no mental difference between, okay, my classmate is you, my teacher is you, is different. And there straight away you say, tu kya kar raha hai? Like you're messing around with your friend, what are you doing? And teacher, aap farma rahe the, you were saying, you were saying, aap keh rahe the, aap farma rahe the. So like the pronoun is different, the word is different, so automatically in your mind you have a form of respect. So for example, you have bhai, like even if you say like, for example, the cricketers, the captain is like, here for example you have a cricketer, if he's 20 and the captain is 35, he'll come by his first name. You hear that? And if you go, even like it's not even a deen, it's not even a religious setting. It's this the language. Pakistani cricket say bhai, Fulan bhai. I don't know who's bhai, Mahmood bhai or Azhar bhai or whatever his captain's name is. You say bhai, because that's the elder. Even the young players respect the elder players. It's naturally, it's just, but they're very respect or not. But it's like that wording, kind of shows the rajat, and that's very important to respect each person. So respect for words. Allah is in the Quran. It's not just like it's formalities. Like if you look at it, for example, like. وإذ يرفع إبراهيم القواعد من البيت so it's معطوف عليه معطوف. Ibrahim is معطوف. Ibrahim was building the Kaaba من البيت من القواعد من البيت وإسماعيل. What's the difference? To show the Raja, that Ibrahim was the father, Ismail the son. So you got a space between them. Similarly, كنت وصى بها إبراهيم بنيه ويعقوب. So Ibrahim, وَوَصَّى إِبْرَاهِيمُ وَيَعْقُوبُ بَنِيهِمَا يَا أَوْلَادَهُمَا يَا. But it's separated. Why? That Ibrahim is asalan. So even as you see different ways. أَبَسَ وَتَوَلَّى أَنْ جَاءَهُ الْأَعْمَى. So Allah said أَبَسْتَ. So when you do mukhatab of somebody, I don't have to respect the Prophet ﷺ, but out of love, out of thing that Allah said أَبَسْتَ, you frowned. Allah used the ghaib say أَبَسَ وَتَوَلَّى أَنْ جَاءَهُ الْأَعْمَى وَمَا يُدْرِيكَ. Now that's finished. So all these kind of like choice of words, how do you phrase the thing? So you like, it's very important. Your words is what makes you what you are. Your way you speak is your adab, that people understand what level you are. I was reading a story yesterday. So Thani rahmatullah alayhi was saying about one person, he had 4 wives. One king, old time days, had 4 wives. So he wanted to test their, like how intelligent they are, or how the level of adab. So obviously they don't really have closed windows in England, but there you have open. The windows are open in India. In the subcontinent, the windows are open, the doors are open, you can see wind coming through. So just before Subah Sadiq, it's still dark, isn't it? So he said to each wife every day, how do you know it's morning? So before morning, I asked, is it morning? He goes, yeah, how can I tell? He goes, my earrings, the wind on the earrings is a bit cooler than normal. So I can tell from the temperature of my earrings that morning is close, it's just going to be morning. So he goes, yeah, this is a clever, intelligent woman. He went to the next one, and I said, what time is it? He goes, close to the morning. He goes, how can you tell? He goes, from the lamp, the candle, how much is still glowing. Now night is gone, so after morning comes, it starts to get less and less. He goes, intelligent. Went to the third wife. He goes, how can you tell that this one is? How can you tell that it's morning? What time is it? He goes, early morning. How can you tell? He goes, from the sound of the birds outside. It start chirping, it's starting to pick up a bit. From the noise of the animals outside, you can tell it's a bit more. At night time, it's completely silent. As morning comes, it starts to make a noise. The fourth one, he goes, what time is it? He goes, early morning. He goes, how do you know? He said, gu aa raha hai. And gu means your feces. The feces is coming out. So the feces is coming out, meaning I can tell that I need to go number 2 soon. So that's why it's morning. So because this one is not that much intelligent. So even the way you speak, the choice of words, the things you say, all of these things different. So that's why in Urdu, it's very important. All of this, it's not takalluf. It's all formalities. This is what differentiates between people, your elders, your teachers, your friends. Even when we do letters, we see how to use like letters, how they write letters. You see it's like different. Like even for example, like editing a book. Like this is I think. Other man Rashid Ahmad Gangohi man and Qasim Nanot rahmatullah alayh. So both of them, they were students of Haji Imdadullah rahmatullah alayh. The Haji Imdadullah rahmatullah gave one of them you we have computers, we can edit the computer and correct it. So he gave them a rough draft of something he wanted to write and goes, correct it, just write it out again properly, neatly. Yeah, because he knew different handwriting. So he was writing out and he realized a mistake. But then he says a mistake. So if you correct it yourself, it's like a bit disrespectful. Like, what if, you know, and if you were to say, oh, it's just a mistake, that you're a nisbah of a mistake to your elder. There's nothing wrong, everybody makes mistakes, but out of respect, aapki galti hai, ya aapki galti hai, main durust kar loon. He goes, Hazrat, ya मेरी बात मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रही है. I don't understand what you're written here. And he looked at it and goes, no, that's a mistake. So then he himself corrected it. You follow him? So all of these small things are what makes a person, his manners, his characteristics. Okay. Now, this is the last masala. The last masala is regarding Allah. What do we use? So do we say Allah, do we respect for Allah, or do we use the singular for Allah? There's two opinions. If you look in Qawaid of Urdu, Baba Abdul Haq, he's called Maulvi Abdul Haq, I don't know much about him, but he's written a book called Qawaid Urdu. So in there he says that it's Tawheed ka athar hai, that Muslims, they prefer using the singular for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So for example, Allah ek hai, Allah tu bara meherban hai. So you use singular, why? Tawheed, like singular, like tum can be plural, isn't it? And aap is like a azama, hey is plural. So then he prefers using hey throughout. Yes? Allah farmata hai. You will use the plural, yeah, get it? Allah bahut meherban hai. Yes? Mawashib Thani rahmatullah alayhi, Bayan al-Quran, he uses the word hey. And other people, a lot of people use it as well. He goes, hey, even though it's plural, for respect. And because Tawheed is so obvious for us, therefore the hey wouldn't do iltibas. So it's both speakers and writers use both. Some people use singular, some use plural. It's up to you. Yes, you got it? And it's not mentioned in this book, it's mentioned in the previous edition, I'm adding again, forget time, is that you also use the word to, in like, you call it maqam of naz, or maqam of love, mahabba. So you see in poems, for example, talking to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, like, we can't talk to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam because we want to hear you, but you have this takhayyul, as if you wish you were there in the presence of Rasulullah saying this to him. Takhayyul. So, sometimes they use to for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So it's not like disrespect, but it's what? Great love. Like, I'm so close to me, we're so close to you. So to is also used for great love. So to sa koi nahi, there's nobody like you. Tu aisa hai, tu aisa hai. So it's like you have to understand. Don't use it because you probably won't know how to use it. But you see that in poems. Okay. So for example, Allah bahut bara hai, you will see something. So bara singular, hai singular for tawheed, and Allah bahut bade hai. Bade is respect and hai is also respect. Understood? Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.